Ah, yes, YouTube. A place where anybody can post whatever they want and be whoever they want to be. You can post gameplay or your artistic works. You could be authentically you and not change a thing. But what a lot of people forget is that content creators can also pretend. They can lie, they can deceit, because they're hiding behind a screen. No one will ever find out their secrets, right? Right? Except that's not the truth. In fact, far from it. For the truth is usually always revealed with a little bit of investigating. And it turns out that so many people's favorites are in fact horrible individuals who don't deserve a platform and should be shunned from the community forever. The creator I'll be talking about today, who goes by the name Wilbur Soot, is no exception. And while he was gone for a while, he's finally back. And in this video, I'll be going over everything from the allegations to his most recent comeback, or rather lack thereof. Hello, kings, queens, and everything in between. I'm Lizzie, and if you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I cover everything from the goofy and silly to the dark and disturbing. So without further ado, let's begin. First, before we get into the allegations and what we know, let me tell you a bit about who Wilbur Soot is to get a better understanding of what we're dealing with. Wilbur Soot, also known as Will Gold, is a musician, Twitch streamer, and YouTuber from Suffolk, England, growing up in Brighton. While known for his music and comedy, he's best known for being a main creator of the Dream SMP Minecraft lore series and for being a main character in that series. He's also known for formerly being a close friend of Tommy Innit, another Minecraft YouTuber, Philza, also a Minecraft YouTuber, and Technoblade, who was a Minecraft YouTuber who tragically passed away from cancer, so rest in peace, King. He also used to be a member and editor for the channel Soot House, and is the lead singer and guitarist for indie rock band Lovejoy. He began making content in 2008 under the channel name Settings66 and had several other channels, but his career in video making didn't truly begin until around 2017 when he gained some popularity working with Soot House. From there, he led the project SMP Earth, which was a Minecraft server much like the later dubbed Dream SMP, which was the infamous YouTuber Dream's server, although Wilbur did create most of the lore series that it would later produce. I'm not going to get into the lore of the Dream SMP because quite frankly nobody gives a flying fuck except your 14-year-old niece who cried when L'Manberg exploded. All you need to know is that it's a road you do not want to find yourself going down. But now that you have a basic understanding of Wilbur and who he is, allow me to explain what he did and why so many people, including those who used to be his close friends, hate him. On February 21st, 2024, YouTuber and streamer Shelby Grace, who goes by her online name Shovel, started a stream in which she detailed her experience being in a relationship with Wilbur, which included physical, emotional, and financial abuse. In the video, she mentions that he used to bite her as a way to be affectionate, and that he asked for her consent because he didn't want her to come back later and say he abused her. So he started biting her more and more and harder to where it genuinely hurt her. And he'd do this in front of people in their friend group until she'd shout in pain. He then began saying it was her that was the problem and that she was exaggerating things or being dramatic. He'd poke at her painful bruises for fun and would show off her bruises to his friends and would joke that it looked like he was abusing her. This would happen every day, multiple times. She asked him to stop hurting her, and he said it was just who he is and he isn't going to change. He'd also gaslight her and start fights over little things. She felt so anxious all the time because of this torment and abuse that she'd feel genuinely nauseated constantly and sometimes threw up. She'd tell him about feeling unwanted and ignored, to which he would love bomb before going back to hurting and ignoring her. Now, love bombing is a tactic abusers use when they give constant love and affection excessively for a bit, so you don't realize as quickly that they're abusing you. He'd also gloat about never prioritizing her over anything he was doing, and stated he'd never prioritize her over anything that would give him fame and money, and that he had grown resentful of her when there was no reason for it, which ultimately made her leave. After she left, he threw away hundreds of dollars worth of things from her office without even telling her about it, and would constantly lie to her. He also reportedly lived in filth, spilling things and not cleaning them. He didn't do anything about an ant infestation. He didn't clean his bathroom for months, and it grew mold because of it. He wouldn't use detergent for his clothes. He'd just wash them in water and hang them on his kitchen cabinets, which were also dirty. And apparently he wasn't cleaning when she wasn't there because he wanted to wait until she got there to do it for him, like his housemaid. She'd also pay for things like soap and toilet paper and food constantly, and every plane ticket, and he never offered to pay her back or help her pay. She was losing money and unable to work properly at all and could not afford it. Now, she never explicitly named that the abuser was Wilbur, but many people pointed out similarities, and he ultimately came out and confirmed it, saying everything was quote-unquote consensual by both of them. However, nobody has believed this, not even his closest friends, which consisted of Tommy Innit, Philza, Tubbo, Ronbu, and Charlie, who all shared their support for Shelby and believed her over him. Which, if they were believing Shelby over their closest friend Wilbur, that has to say something, right? As I'm writing the script, which will change by the time the video is out, 4 days ago, after 2 years of inactivity on his main channel, Wilbur Soot, he posted a video entitled An Update Video. I have not seen the video, but I thought it would be good to react to the video myself in this video with all of you. So, time for a screen change. Okay, so I am on the screen. I am ready to watch this stupid-ass video. I am doing this for scientific purposes. I hate this fucker. I hate him and his stupid broccoli-haired fucking face, looking like a fucking creepypasta. He looks so fucking stupid here, but we're going to watch it anyway. So, without further ado, I guess I don't want to keep you all waiting. Let's get into this shit.
Hello, people of 2025. I hope you've all been well. This video is going to be a bit of a different one for me. I've never been very good at update videos.
Oh my god, shut up. Never been good at update videos? Oh my god, you abused someone. Shut up, get to your fucking point.
But this channel's been inactive for so long, I thought one was probably well overdue. So I wanted to take this opportunity to quickly talk about what I've been up to the past couple of years, what you can expect from me going forward, and, of course, future YouTube content. I've been really...
Dear God, he's not gonna address anything. He's not gonna fucking address any of his mistakes. He's not gonna say why he's been inactive. Holy fucking shit.
Quite busy these past few months, so I haven't really had that much to show you guys anyway. But as most of you probably already know, that isn't the only reason I've been so quiet. If you don't mind, I'd like to take a quick minute to touch on that before I move...
Thank God. Let's fucking hope he says something of worth in this video, because I am so fucking irritated already.
Move into what the future holds. There's been a lot of different clashing labels and opinions about me on the internet over the past year, the loudest of which on both sides of the fence have been quite unhealthy, stemming...
Nope. There is one single opinion that 98% of people share about you, Wilbur, and that is that you suck. You're an asshole. You are a little shit. That is the one opinion that pretty much everybody has about you. There are no clashing opinions anywhere.
From accusations made about me from just over a year ago.
They are no longer accusations if you confirm them. If you confirm them, if you stated that those things did happen, guess what? Those things are now fact, because why would you confirm something bad about yourself if it wasn't true? Nobody fucking does that.
And look, I'm not here to drop any bombshells. I don't want to reopen any old discussions. I responded to the situation in February of last year, and I still stand by everything I said in that statement. I understand it was misinterpreted by some people, probably due to my wording, and I know some people are still looking for clarity, especially nowadays where personal transparency is more common amongst content creators than it's ever been before. However, this clarity, the clarity I've offered to my close friends and my family, would mean publicly sharing deeply personal parts of my private life and my relationships with the internet. I've never been comfortable doing that, and I don't believe that should be the cost of being understood.
Okay, I feel like at this point, if you're being, you know, if someone says that you abused people and people are believing that, I mean, at that point, if I were innocent, I would pay that price and share shit about myself that I don't want to, because I don't want people thinking that I abuse people. But you did, Wilbur. So I don't think anything is going to change that. I don't think anything you say is going to make that much of a difference anymore.
All I can say is that the labels that have been attributed to me by social media are not true, and I don't accept them. I don't believe in this expectation that content creators should use their platforms to attack and defend, and I definitely don't think that's how serious accusations should be handled. I felt this way for a really long time now, having seen other content creators go through similar situations, and I know it's not a perspective that's going to satisfy everyone, but it's one I can get behind, and I hope that makes sense to you. None of this is me trying to dig up or dwell on the past here. I would just feel very strange if I carried on without at least acknowledging the past year.
God, if only you could see my face right now. I am giving the most no Bugs Bunny response that I have ever given in my life. In fact, it feels like, you know that Tom and Jerry meme? I think that's what it is, where Tom is just like shrugging, like, oh fucking well. That is exactly what I am picturing this video as. Also, this isn't important at all, but every time you cannot pause a Wilbur Soot video without him looking even dumber than he already fucking does. Like, look at where I paused it at. This looks fucking stupid. Why the fuck does he look like a goldfish?
Because all I can do now is move forward, and I hope...
Sorry, that was offensive to the goldfish. See, I did it again. What the fuck is this?
You enjoy what I've been working on. So, for those of you that know, I'm in a band called Lovejoy. And in 2024, we did a tour of Southeast Asia, including Japan and Thailand. We did a tour of Australia. We did a few shows in the United States and the United Kingdom. And it was exhausting and very surreal. But it was all made worth it by how many of you guys came and showed up and gave us your love and support. We're eternally grateful. And we filmed a few hours of behind-the-scenes footage while we were out there, which we've already edited down and put onto our new behind-the-scenes channel. So if you're at those shows, you're a Lovejoy fan, or you're just a fan of behind-the-scenes content, you can go and subscribe to that. It'll be down in the description.
No one's subscribing to that. Nobody is subscribing to that. Nobody. You know why? Because nobody cares. I don't want to say this is true for a fact, but I know some people just went to a Lovejoy show just to clown, because those tickets cannot be that expensive. It's not like you're fucking Backstreet Boys in their prime or anything. You are not making them like over maybe $100 to $200, and if you are, that's fucking absurd for an indie band with an abuser as the lead vocalist and guitarist. Which, this is actually quite sad, because I used to be I still kind of am a fan of Lovejoy, but I'm a fan of their music. I am not a fan of a certain person in it, that person being Wilbur. I used to be a huge fan of Wilbur, but now he's fucking disappointed me. So, fuck him. He's disappointed me, he's disappointed everybody, he's hurt people, fuck him.
The band and I wrote a few tracks, and then in classic fashion, we scrapped all of those tracks and started work on some new ones, which later came on to become our finished debut album, which will be coming out later this year. I wish I could tell you the date, but I am not allowed. But if you can't wait, our debut single, With Rob as My Witness, is coming out on June 20th, complete with its own music video on our official band channel, which will be in the description. There's going to be plenty more gigs and shows and festivals planned for the rest of this year, most of which aren't even announced yet. So if you don't want to miss those, go follow us on Instagram, down in the description as well. But now you may be wondering what is happening with YouTube content, specifically this channel right here. Well, I am coming back to making YouTube videos. However, I'm probably done with Minecraft for the time being. Sorry. I also thought...
Nobody cares, dude. Like, anyone who's... I don't want to say anyone who's watching Minecraft YouTube is like 14, because I know there still are some channels where that have like kind of an older teenage to like young adult audience, and they still do Minecraft stuff. But anybody who's like watching Wilbur Soot's Minecraft videos are probably between the ages of like 12 and maybe 15. And I feel like even at 15 I was going, you know what, I'm probably way too old to be watching this. I used to be a fan of him. I used to watch him. It's just at that point I did not watch his Minecraft stuff. Now I do not watch any of him for obvious reasons.
Instead of publishing it on this channel, I would instead move my content onto my old channel, which I made in 2017 and has the incredibly creative name Wilbur Soot. If you've been following this channel, you'll know it's currently got my YouTube covers on there, which also aren't going anywhere, and if you haven't seen them, you can check those out in the description as well. This new old channel is the only channel currently solely run and controlled by me. This is something I've had planned for a few years now. In fact, some of you may remember way back in 2022, I had an idea for a weird geography series. Those videos are in production now, and I should have the first batch up on that channel before the end of this year. I still love the content I made on this.
Okay, you know what? He's just gonna be fucking yapping about his future plans and all that bullshit. So I'm just gonna say my thoughts on this right now, which of course this part is unscripted, because how in the fuck am I supposed to script me just reacting to a video? So I am sorry if I've stuttered at all or done anything like that, or if I am about to stutter a lot, but here are my thoughts. This video is kind of bullshit. I'm sorry, I know it might be an unpopular opinion, I might ruffle some feathers about that, but yeah, this video is like utter bullshit. And here's why I think that. First of all, I get if you want to make like an update video where it's just going over like where it's going briefly over what you're going to be doing, but if you are coming back from some serious fucking shit, like being outed as an abuser and being outed as an absolute monster, I feel like you would want to spend more time covering on that than on whatever stupid ass projects your band is doing. Like, I get if you want to save that for maybe the end of the video, but if I was dealing with someone saying all of that about me, I would not be wanting to focus my attention on my future projects and my future endeavors. You know what I would be doing? I would be spending like the majority of the video discussing what happened, and then maybe going into future plans and shit. But it was like a brief moment where he basically said, "That's not true. Not true, bro. Sorry, bro. Can't touch these hands." And then the rest of it was basically just him saying, "Hey, look at what Lovejoy's doing. Hey, look at all of these great things that I've got planned." When I don't think anybody is satisfied by that. And I don't think anybody is going to be satisfied by that. But also, there's one other thing. It should not be, I don't think in situations like this, it should be the fans or the audience that you are addressing either. I think it should be the person that you've hurt that you're addressing, because ultimately they matter so much more than the fans and the audience. If you want to apologize to like the fan base later, that's fine. I mean, go ahead and do that. But your priority should be giving at least some kind of apology or message to the person that you hurt in a sincere one, not one that's just bullshit, not one you're giving because you got caught, a sincere one. And those are ultimately my thoughts. But again, an apology, I know an apology would not make this any better for Shelby. That would not help at all. And he already gave like some bullshit ass quote unquote apology whenever he got caught, because he got caught. And I mean, Shelby rejected it, which means rightfully so. I'm glad that she did, because he does not deserve forgiveness. He does not deserve an acceptance or anything. And those are ultimately my thoughts on that. I don't think abusers should be given a platform. I don't think they should be given second chances. I don't think that at all. Also, completely unrelated, but I realize that I stutter way less when I'm talking about serious subjects like this. So, I mean, I guess maybe that says something about me. I don't know. But anyway, I kind of do want to look at the comments, though. I do want to look at like what the comments are saying. Don't look over here. Don't look over here, because this is gonna be a bunch of seeing Wilbur Soot 5 minutes ago is something I have never. Okay. Legit felt like he was gonna pull a ukulele out. The toxic abuser train. I love everyone gathering like, oh shit, we still have notice on. Yeah, I don't follow him anymore. I never unsubscribed. I got the jump scare of a century. Yeah, this is like getting a message from a dead family member. Misunderstandings, I'm guessing it means my brother in Christ, you published your own Reynolds pamphlet. That's so true. That is so fucking true. I swear to God. I could quite literally feel and hear the war zone in the comment section would be well before I opened it. That's true. I feel like wanting this privacy is fair, but then it is unrealistic to simply expect forgiveness/support without providing any more information than the claims are not true. See, that is what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. I love how half of the comment section is like, oh shit, we still had notice on, we never subscribed. Another half is like, bro looks so different now. And then there's the logical side that's like, why are you literally posting this now when like you haven't given us any more information? If you want even the chance to be heard or forgiven, you need to tell your side. You can't expect people to blindly trust someone who's been said to hurt others. Yes, you might have things in your personal life you don't feel comfortable with sharing, but that's your choice. Either explain your side or be stuck where you've been for the past year being so quote-unquote busy. Yes. I agree with all of this. Why does he look like Michael Afton 2 to 3 days after the scooper? Okay, yeah. Man, I love YouTube comment sections about controversies. They're so fun. In conclusion, I obviously do not like Wilbur Soot. I don't think he should be forgiven, especially since he refuses to tell his side of the story, which really does not help his case. We've heard Shelby's side, but he just keeps deflecting and manipulating the audience into trying to forget, which is definitely not going to happen and not going to help his case at all. So those are ultimately my thoughts about it, but I'd also love to hear everybody else's thoughts about it. So that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed as much as you could anyway, enjoyed my explanation, obviously not the subject, but if you found it informative, then go ahead and subscribe and like if you would like to, and if you would like to see more. But yeah, I love you all, stay safe, and never let anybody take your crown.